Here, let me get that for you.
Thanks, sweetie. I saw Tony at the funeral. Are you okay?
Yeah. You know what? I'll put this in the kitchen with all the others. At least you don't have to cook for a while.
Yeah, you wish.
You holding up okay?
Would you think any less of me if I said no?
Reva, you have to give yourself a break. You did what Richard asked you to do, and it was a very brave thing.
Yeah, I know it's what Richard wanted, but now I have to live with that. I just wish that I didn't have to worry about Cassie so much.
She looks like she's working pretty hard not to fall apart.
Yeah, and that's not good for her because those emotions are going to come spilling out at some point.
I'll get that.
If it's any more food, will you direct him to the homeless shelter?
Yeah. Here comes the test.
Cassie, I know we've had our differences, but I have always thought that Richard was a great man. Now, in that spirit, I have created an endowment in his name at the Children's Museum to be built at the Beacon Hotel.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're not really giving an endowment to that idiotic children's museum, are you?
Olivia, you were once a child, and believe it or not, so was I.
Well, then here's to you, Alan. You do have a heart.
Just don't tell anyone.
Sorry. All right. No way am I leaving her alone.
Yeah, you and me both. Could I have everyone's attention, please? I was afraid to speak at the service today. I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to say everything that needed to be said. So I asked my sister Reva to read the eulogy for me, and you said everything I needed and wanted you to say. Thank you. But I think it's very important for you to know that every one of you held a place in his heart, even if he couldn't tell you that. You know, Josh, he told me how you and Billy made him an honorary Lewis. He was so touched. He was so happy that you welcomed him to Springfield and into your family. Thank you. Olivia, he never stopped caring about you. He understood you and he respected you. He really did. Alonzo, I know that you and Richard didn't get off to an easy start, but he was so proud that you were his brother. I don't think there's anyone in this room that he didn't care about. Even you, Alan, he really liked you. He didn't always trust you, but he really liked you. And then, well, then there's my sister. The woman who came before me. I really don't think you knew how important your friendship was to Richard and how much he trusted and leaned on you. As do I. Thank you. I just want to thank all of you, for welcoming Richard to Springfield and taking him into your hearts. He might not have said it, but he was so grateful. And so happy.
To Richard.
Harley, have you seen Cassie?
She said she needed some air. Will you excuse me for a moment? Hello? I'm surprised that Philip isn't here. I thought that he and Richard were good friends.
Unfortunately, he's away on business.
He takes my son away from me because he says I'm a bad mother, and then he goes out of town on a business trip?
No, Harley, he took Zach with him.
Where did they go?
Out of the country.
He can't do that without my consent.
Well, unfortunately, you were in jail because you broke into my home and assaulted one of my employees.
Philip has kidnapped my son?
Your boyfriend's a murderer. You tell me which is worse.
Compared to you, Alan, and your family, he is a superhero. Maybe the lawyers would like to hear about all the years that you spent in prison. Or maybe they'd like to hear that my son is under the same roof as her. Wait a minute. No, money launderer. No, you don't. Wait a minute.
Not here.
Oh, what, are you siding with them? You more than anybody knows about Olivia. What kind of mother was she to you? Would you like an innocent child under the same house as her? Yeah? No? No? And what about Beth? Beth is the picture of stability, right?
Harley.
Yes, and what about Philip? You know what kind of guy
Harley.
he is, that he would lie, that he would cheat, that he would steal to get what he wants. These people are criminals, or they're mentally unstable. So why am I the bad guy here? You know what? Why am I the bad guy?
Harley, maybe you're the one emotionally unstable here. Your lack of self-control speaks for itself. Josh, please express our deepest sympathy to Cassie and her family. Olivia?
The show's over, Harley. The show's over, Harley.